Hey y'all. Ooh, let's try that again. Hey y'all, welcome to LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. Now, before we get started and I cover all of today's figure reveals, make sure to hit subscribe for a first look at all future women's wrestling figures. Now, yes, I cover women's wrestling figures. That's my passion. My daughter inspired me. And that's what we do here in LumberJillville. Try to raise the respect level of women's wrestling figures in the community. And that's what we're going to start with. I'm going to show the female figure reveals, which there weren't many, spoiler alert, for today, but I am going to cover all the other figures that were revealed today. Now, I was going to do a live stream, but I tend to rant and talk a lot. So I figured I would try this in video form, but if you'd rather have me do it in live stream form, let me know. But either way, there are a lot, and I mean a lot of figures to cover today. So I'm pretty stoked to go over them and kind of show y'all. Now, also before we start, just want to give a shout out to ringsidecollectibles.com. I got all of these images from ringsidecollectibles.com or wrestlingfigures.com on their Instagram page. And if you do pre-order over there, make sure to use code LJV to save 10% at checkout. You'll save 10% on all women's wrestling figures. Side note, it'll save you on all figures, but I'm trying to push women's wrestling figures. So use LJV for any women's wrestling figure you order. Now let's get started here. I'm excited. Let's minimize me. Nobody wants to see me, right? There we go. Little Mayor Aaron in the corner. So let's get started here with the reveal, starting with the women. So right away, we have Elite Series 102 Rhea Ripley. Now this looks awesome. What I really like about it is it does look a lot more muscular. It looks like they got her physique right compared to her previous Elite, which is way too dainty. But the head does look a little tiny. The head does look small. So it's hard to tell with that entrance jacket on exactly what the figure looks like underneath. But I'm hoping to see some of these women's figures get the physique that they deserve. You know, Bianca Belair is a big one that I would love to see her get a unique sculpt. And here it looks to be a unique sculpt for Rhea. It's really hard to tell underneath, but either way, this is definitely a cool figure. I'm excited to pre-order this one. Looks excellent. Now, Elite 103, Liv Morgan. Now, Elite 102 is on Ringside Collectibles right now to pre-order, so make sure you do that. Elite 103 is not up yet at the time of this recording, but this signifies when she won the Women's Money in the Bank briefcase and then later cashed it in and won the SmackDown Women's Championship. It all happened so fast, and we get a figure that encapsulates that moment, and that is awesome. So the scan does look, I wish I had the figure right by me, the scan looks pretty dang similar to her Elite 85, which was excellent in my opinion. It might look a little different if you look real close at that image on the left. It does look to be a little bit different. Obviously, they have kind of some markings on her cheeks that she had. They have a little thicker eyeshadow and eye makeup around there, which is very cool. Kind of a post-match look. And obviously, the biggest difference here is the attire. Now, I saw some people commenting that the midsection should be painted flesh-colored, but it actually shouldn't. She did have a mesh-type material covering her midsection in this match. So I think this figure looks great. I'm still deciding on the scan if it is the same. I can't tell. The hair sculpt looks the exact same, but either way, I think it looks like a cool figure. Liv Morgan is probably my second favorite wrestler. I think Io Shirai is number 1 and Liv Morgan's number 2, honestly. So I'm excited to get new Liv Morgan Elite. It's been all the way back since Elite 85, which is crazy to me to have such a top female star that we've had to wait over a year and a half for a new figure. You know, I think they need to pick up their game a little bit as far as releasing the top women's wrestlers in figure form. They need to do what they do with Roman or do with Randy or do with even Riddle. I mean, you know, let's see more women's wrestling figures released in 2023 that deserve it, right? More women's wrestling figures in general, because as you'll see, there's not a whole lot to cover today, and that's disappointing. But this Liv looks great. Next, we have Tori Wilson. Now, I believe it's from Ruthless Aggression Series 6. I want to say 5 or 6. I'm not too sure, but either way, we are a ways away from getting this figure. It might be actually Series 5. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But either way, we've just seen Ruthless Aggression Series 3, and that's through the interwebs, right? As far as stores go, we're seeing a lot of Series 2. And I guess Series 3 as well, but it'll be a while before this hits the stores, but I'm excited. The only thing that sucks is it's a Walmart exclusive. I don't trust Walmart pre-orders, don't trust Target pre-orders. So the best way to find this one is either eBay, Mercari, or finding it in stores. So hopefully it'll be abundant like a lot of the Ruthless Aggression series because I'm really excited to review this one. It's cool we're getting an elite of Tori Wilson. Comes with their little doggy. I forget the name. But this looks great. I think the scan looks great. The attire looks great. I'm excited for this one, y'all. Now let's talk basic series 139, I believe it is. I have little notes in front of me to try to explain things accurately. So crazy thing about this Liv Morgan. So this is like that Britney Spears, oops, I did it again attire that I really wanted them to do in figure form. So in basic form, I'm okay with that. You know, like I said, I'm okay with a lot of these figures in basic form if the attires can be executed properly. And this looks like one of those times that, yeah, this would be better in elite form, but in basic form, I think it works, honestly. Now, the scan is very hard to tell how good it is. Very hard because it's real dark. The picture that was taken on Ringside Collectibles, it's very dark along the eye area. So it's hard to tell if that's the same scan that we're getting in that Elite 103 or if it's the same scan we've gotten in the past. Either way, I'm not too sure, but I pre-ordered 3 of these because I'm a huge fan of Liv Morgan. Like I said, probably my second favorite wrestler out there and a big supporter of hers. And I'm really glad that we do get her in the basic line and the elite line. And hopefully we see even more of her released this weekend. Now, it is important to note this went up for pre-order on Ringside Collectibles, and within 5 minutes, she was gone. I jumped on right away. Shout out to OK Wrestling, gave me a heads up as well that it was up. But for some reason, these women's figures in the basic line are like short ordered or something. People had issues with Xia Li. I had issues with Gigi and JC from Basic 138. Like they were on back order almost immediately. And I'm still waiting for those because I ordered them on back order. So I don't know what the deal is if they don't order a lot of the women's basics or what. But either way, I jumped on the first pre-order. So I'm super stoked to get this figure. Stay tuned to Ringside Collectibles for it to get posted again because I think this looks like a cool basic. And like I said, it's Liv. And I'm super stoked for a Liv. Now let's move on. There's a lot to cover, so I'm going to try to save my ranting here. So, okay, here's conspiracy theory Aaron here. This is Seth Rollins Ultimate Edition 17, I believe. Let me look at my notes here. Yeah, Seth Rollins Ultimate Edition 17. Now on the right, we have this Asuka that I believe was supposed to be an Ultimate, never got released. That or they were going to include this jacket in that line that we got that, was it a Fan Central Elite? Network, it was a Network Spotlight Elite, I believe, Asuka, and we never got this jacket with it. And then people were saying they should release the Asuka in Ultimate form with this jacket. Well, folks, I think I know where those jacket blueprints went because this Seth Rollins, I haven't been able to find a picture of him wearing that jacket to say, okay, it just looks similar. But I have to say, obviously, you do see differences in the patterns on the jacket, but this Seth Rollins jacket looks like it was supposed to be an Asuka jacket that they just redecorated, I guess, to fit on him. But let me know if you have an image of him wearing this jacket, and then I won't be as bothered. But I'm a little bothered because it's like, man, this looks like what they could have done with an Asuka. And by the way, we haven't got a women's Ultimate Edition figure since Alexa Bliss over a year ago. So, like, what's going on there? You know, we've had tons of Ultimate Editions. We've had more Hogans, more Stone Colds, more Rocks released in the past stinking year than we've even gotten a single female. So step it up a little bit, Mattel. Let's get some female Ultimates. All right, so moving on. Now we're just going to cover some of the men's figures here, and I am going to show you pictures of all of them. So stay tuned if you want to see. I'm going to try to go in order here, try to organize them. So this is Elite Series 102. We have Gunther, and Gunther, ooh, I said that good. Gunther looks great. He's got that Ring General entrance jacket. He's jacked like he is now, very cut. Looks cool. And then we have Commissioner Foley. I know a lot of people are looking forward to this. Me, nah. Looks like he comes with a little cactus plant. He comes with a gavel, a soft goods jacket. Okay. Moving on, we have Sami Zayn in the Mousetrap. This is going to be a hot selling figure. Sami Zayn is obviously awesome. I think he's a big part of that bloodline storyline, obviously, and people love Sammy. And this is definitely a cool figure. It comes with a giant mousetrap, y'all. It comes with a mousetrap, so that's cool. Next, we have Edge from 102, kind of the Judgment Day Edge. And next, we have Austin Theory, regular and chase version. Now we have on the left the Captain America look, and on the right, I believe that's trying to simulate a Diesel. So we've gotten the rest of the way, you know, in NXT, the group the way, Candice, Austin, Indy, and Johnny. We've gotten those three in their click inspired gears. We got Candice in her 1-2-3 kid gear. We got Indy and her Razor Ramon inspired gear. And we even got Johnny in his HBK gear. And I believe this is their attempt of Austin Theory in his Diesel gear. Now, this isn't what he wore in those pictures, but it's obviously Diesel colored. So I'm actually a big fan of Austin Theory. So these are figures that I don't know if I'll pre-order, but when they hit stores, I'll definitely pick them up. I like the expressions on the face there. It's almost a little too cartoony. Yeah, I don't know, it almost reminds me of the Mask, you know what I mean? But yeah, interesting figures there either way. Now, I just wanted to add this because this is obviously Elite 102 Rhea Ripley that we already covered there. Looks excellent. All right, so Elite 103, we have Stardust. Now, funny, Seth Phelps from the Chick Foley show sent me a message on Instagram and said, dude, is it just me or does this look just like you? So you'll have to let me know in the comments if this Stardust figure looks like Mayor Aaron, because I might have to get a couple of these for future customs, right? Or I might have to paint my face like this and just go with that. So this Stardust actually looks really cool. I really don't think it looks like Cody Rhodes under that face paint, but it does kind of look a lot like me, y'all. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to switch out my Dragunov head that I have for the custom Mayor Aaron and put that on there. Even with the face paint, I think that would be even funnier. So yeah, it looks cool. We have the Dusty Rhodes inspired Stardust. Next, we have the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, wearing their, I believe, Miami Heat inspired gear. Looks very cool. They're very toyetic guys. And then we have kind of the boring ones, in my opinion. I love Bobby Lashley. I do. I'm a huge fan. But how many figures of Bobby do we need, right? I mean, we've had a lot in the last year alone. And yeah, here we got the Bobby with the U.S. Championship there. And this is a different look. And it looks like a different scan. And the scan looks pretty darn good, to be honest. But yeah, we have a lot of Bobbies. And Roman, we have too many Romans, y'all. I mean, come on. I don't even know what to say about that. Let's just move on. All right, there's Liv and 103. Just wanted to show that she is part of that line. Next up, okay, we have Top Picks Elite Wave 4. So we have the family, as we'll call him. We have The Rock looking very leggy. He's got some legs for days there on the far right. We have, oh, surprise, another Roman. And then on the left, we have Uso. Which Uso is that? Jimmy Uso, I believe. So that's cool. That Jimmy Uso, I believe, goes with the SummerSlam Jay Uso that's wearing the same attire. So it's cool to kind of put them in different lines so you can match them together. I'm actually a big fan of the Usos. I think they're pretty tremendous. I really think that it should be Jay that takes the title off of Roman, but that's just me. But Roman in the middle, get ready to see him on the store shelves. He's going to be released in mass amounts. And how many times have we gotten this Roman? Like, ugh. So I'm over that. Moving on. Now, these are Ruthless Aggression Elite prototypes. I don't know what series they're exactly going to be in, but I believe this is the first time that we've seen these in actual prototype form. So we have Hogan on the left, which is interesting. I'm wondering if it's going to be the gimmick that he had, where he had the black bandana, black shirt, black tights. I mean, obviously this is unpainted, so I'm just spitballing here, but that'll be interesting. I mean, obviously it's probably going to be based off of a Ruthless Aggression figure, but we haven't gotten a Hogan with the pre-NWO, post-Hulkamania, WCW, kind of wearing the all-black look here. And then we have Luger on the right here. I don't remember Lex Luger having a Ruthless Aggression figure, but I guess we'll put him in the Elite line here. Now, this looks to be maybe NWO Luger. He'll probably come with the Soft Goods Wolfpack t-shirt or something. No, I don't know. That's pretty cool. Next, we have Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's got a can in his hand. And yeah, nothing really to say there. And we have, now this is one that I know a lot of people are excited. Razor Ramon here, or I guess Scott Hall is what I think it's depicting. WCW Scott Hall might have been his debut in WCW, where he has the jean vest and the jeans on. I mean, that's going to be a really cool figure. I'll be honest with you. I know a lot of people will love that one. So definitely cool to see. I can't wait to see that painted. And then we have the Undertaker. ... All right, so this is Legend Series 19. We have Brother Love, the Kool-Aid Man, The Undertaker, Kama Mustafa, and D'Lo Brown. Now, the Legends have been what we call peg warmers for the last I don't know how many series, right? And these are no different. I mean, let's be honest here. I could see that Brother Love being hard to get because it is so unique. First time we've gotten a Brother Love in the Mattel line. And it's just different. None of these are really inspiring me. But actually, I think D'Lo's Chase is kind of his singles European Championship run D'Lo, and I will look for that one. I was a big fan of D'Lo back in the day, but none of these really stand out to me. But yeah, Legends 19, everybody. Now, Legends 20, we have Greg the Hammer Valentine, Rhythm and Blues. That's pretty neat. We have Mr. Perfect, which is cool because it looks like that top is going to be that material that you can roll down. The only downside to that is if you take that belt off, you can probably see some of his belly. His belly's probably exposed, but hey, Mr. Perfect's known to pull down the straps, do the perfect plex, and I know a lot of people are Mr. Perfect fans, and they're going to be real excited for that figure. So I'm happy for all the Mr. Perfect fans out there. That looks like a pretty darn cool figure. Um, the back might be a blue triangle, I guess. That would be really neat. But moving on. We have the oh man, we have the Ted DiBiase, which is the misappropriately spent Mississippi welfare funds. Ted DiBiase. If you don't know what I mean, look it up. Google Ted DiBiase welfare funds. So he's in some legal issues now. Don't know why we needed an old man DiBiase, especially with that news came out. But hey, if they can have the Chrisleys on USA after Raw every Monday, despite everything they've done, then what's the world coming to, right? And on the right, we have a white suit Ted DiBiase. Pretty cool, I guess. And in the middle, we have Triple H. Okay. And this is Legends 20, I believe, by the way. Moving on, we have the Ruthless Aggression Elites here. We have Edge in that purple, black, and gray camo. You can kind of see the Miz will get a better look later. We have JBL, who's more ripped than he has ever been in his entire life. Yeah, that's JBL. Woo. Now, here we go. We have MVP, and that is the thinnest waist, I think, sculpt that they could have used. That's like a cruiserweight looking sculpt, right? And it doesn't really fit. It looks really bizarre, really awkward. Not a fan of that figure. So, yeah, moving on. I mean, it's cool that they went with the long sleeve attire, like the bodysuit long sleeve that he used to wear, but like there's not much substance there. I mean, they went with black and silver, and he's had so many toyetic gears. They kind of cheaped out there. And the body sculpt is way off. Next, we have the Miz. This is cool. This is like the Miz early gimmicks. And we did get Ruthless Aggression figures of this Miz. And on the right, I'm actually excited for this Rock because I actually have it. I should have pulled it out for this video. I do have this Rock in Elite form. I forget what Ruthless Aggression said it was from, but I liked it because it was the Rock when he would make up songs and sing. And I was actually at the Raw in Cleveland when he not only sung a song, but the Hurricane beat him in the main event. And I was wearing a Hurricane shirt, not knowing he was going to main event or beat the Rock that night. So this is nostalgic. It's one of those few figures from the past that I've held on to all these years. So I think I will get that in Elite form. I'm pretty excited for that, actually. Moving on, we have Ultimate Edition 17. We have Seth Rollins here with that jacket that I do think was the kind of prototype jacket that they never followed through with, but they're giving it to Seth here. So that's cool, I guess. And then we have Andre the Giant, which is cool, I guess. I don't know. Andre the Giant, some people may say he's toyetic and some people may say he's not because a lot of his tires are simple. But here we have a soft goods shirt. So not a whole lot of meat on the bones here. I think the Ultimates, in my opinion, as I show this one, the Ultimates, in my opinion, like I'm not going to talk about the crowdfunding Nitro project. That might be a separate video. But dude, those Ultimates are all mid. Like they really put minimum effort in those Ultimates. I'm just going to be honest. And there's no guarantee that you'll even get all 5 of those Ultimates with that Nitro $400 crowdfunding experiment. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about those Ultimates, but I think they are the most simple, plain Jane mid Ultimates ever. It's cool to get like a Scott Steiner and a DDP, but come on and give them some more deco, give them some more meat on the bone. Anyway, here we have that Defining Moments Macho in Elite form. And this would be Elite Series, or I'm sorry, that Defining Moments Macho in Ultimate form. Now, this is Ultimate Edition Series 18 Macho Man. I love the Macho Man. He was my favorite growing up. So this is definitely a cool looking figure. And we have Randy Orton, probably the most uninspired Ultimate of all time. But, I like Randy. Yeah. Okay. Moving on, we have the, excuse me, the Ultimate Edition Ruthless Aggression figures that were rumored before, and here we're getting images. We have RVD, comes with, I like this little ponytail. I wonder if you could put that ponytail in that Goldberg Ultimate Edition where he's blowing the smoke out, and you could have him like throwing up hair. That's a weird thought. I don't know why I thought of that, but we have RVD there. Looks like he's got the spinner belt. We have Brock Lesnar, Ruthless Aggression Ultimate Edition. We have Ray. That's a very toyetic Ray. I believe we've gotten that before. It might have been the Defining Moments Ray, but an Ultimate Edition, that's cool. And then we have Eddie. Eddie, one of my favorites of all time. Very cool to get this in Ultimate form. I think this looks excellent. So I'll be probably trying to pick that one up just because I'm a big fan of Eddie. Next, we have I believe these were Mattel Creation Ultimates that you had to pre-order ahead of time. We have Logan Paul here on the left and Cody on the right. So both of these look pretty cool. The Cody, the jacket does look better than images that we've seen before, but still not too sure how I feel about that. But either way, they look like pretty cool Ultimates. Next up, we have Basic Series 139 Pat McAfee with that rubber type top that can fold down. Kind of unnecessary. Just sculpt the tank top on him, right? But either way, it looks pretty good. It looks like him. It's got a chain there. So we got the regular, and then the chase, I believe, is in the background there. We have another Randy Orton. Oh, gosh. We have another Matt Riddle. This time, he has painted toenails. So that's pretty cool. Wishing the best to Matt Riddle, by the way. I know he completed his rehab and everything, and I hope he's doing awesome. I hope he kicks his addiction to the side, and I hope he really discovers sobriety because it's a beautiful thing, and I'm rooting for him. Next up, we have yet another Hogan. His skin tones are all over the place, but it could be the lighting. And again, this is Basic Series 139, and we have John Cena there. And then Liv Morgan, just to show you that she's in Basic 139. Next up, we have the Top Picks Basics. Roman, I'll see you on the shelves, buddy. It looks like he's got a new torso sculpt, actually, and this looks like a new head. This might be the head they used in that 3-pack that they had on Amazon. But either way, it's another Roman. I mean, oh my gosh, how many times are we going to get Roman Reigns? Give me a break. We have Cody Rhodes, Basic, okay. And then we have another Matt Riddle. Showdown 2-pack Series 13. We have the New Day here in the front, Kofi and Xavier. Pretty neat looking. We have on the left Gunther and Ricochet with the Intercontinental title. And then we have Batista and Undertaker on the right. Yeah. Next up, we have, looks like a basic, obviously these are Showdown 2-pack Series 14. Okay, we got The Rock and Mankind. On the right, we have Theory and Cody Rhodes. And in the middle, what I like is we have the Street Profits. This looks like the gear that they wore at SummerSlam 2022 in Nashville at the Titan Stadium. And I was there. So I'm actually going to pre-order this as soon as it goes up because I want to have a shelf that shows the attires depicted of the SummerSlam I was at because that's just a really fond moment for me. But yeah, very cool. Next, we have the most random release that we got this morning. It's the Amazon Ultimate Edition 2-pack of The Undertaker and the Gobbledygooker. I know a lot of people are looking forward to this Gobbledygooker. I don't know if that's technically an Ultimate Edition. I know The Undertaker is from reading the description, obviously all the accessories, and it looks like a cool taker. And the Gobbledygooker is one of those things. A lot of people, half people are going to say, why? And half of people are going to say, yes, I've been waiting for it. Me, no thanks. But it's cool. Next, we have the Defining Moments, which is coming back, ringside exclusive. I thought it was a 4-pack they announced, but it looks like they are selling them separate. We have Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Cody Rhodes, and Mankind. And yes, Mankind does come up with a sculpt where he has a tooth coming out of his nose. Next up, we have the Superstars line. Now, I'm going to point out the ones that look to be new. We knew about The Rock and Macho, Undertaker, and Rowdy Roddy. And the Warrior has already been released, same with Earthquake and Typhoon. The T and Hogan in the front, we might have seen images of those, but the Rick Rude, I think we saw images of that too. I think the new ones that really stand out here are the Bam Bam Bigelow and Mr. Perfect. The Mr. Perfect's actually cool. I might actually get that one, and I have no desire to get these because I'm a women's wrestling figure collector, and they haven't released any women in the Superstars line, any women in the Retro line, and that's disappointing. But the Mr. Perfect might be the one that I get. Next up, we have the retros. Looking at this picture here, any new ones? I think the Undertaker and Paul Bearer might be ones that we didn't know about. I'm not sure. Like I said, I know a lot of people love the retros. Me, I could care less. There's no women released in this line, so moving on. Next, we have the Elite Greatest Hits 2, I believe. We have the Undertaker. Don't know what series. DDP, which is from that Legends online Target exclusive or something. Some exclusive online, and it was pretty short ordered, so it's good that we're getting that again. Then we have older Seth Rollins Money in the Bank Elite. We have King Harley Race, which is previously really hard to find. We have Blue Tista, as we call him, and then we have HBK. All right, so I just ran through all of those releases real quick. I didn't want to go ranting and talking a lot like I always do, but I just wanted to show you some of the images for today. Obviously, women's wrestling lives here, and I'm looking and hoping for more women's wrestling figure reveals this weekend. This is just day one, just what we've got so far as of Thursday. Hopefully, I can do a video for the next couple days. I do have a really busy weekend. Obviously, Mania is this weekend, but I'll try to get videos out of the releases that are coming. I'm hoping to see Elite 104 Dakota Kai. I got my Dakota Kai sweatshirt on. I'm going to squeal like, ah, when I see it. I can't wait. I hope I see that next. But either way, there's one of my cats in the background. That's Leia. What's up, girl? That's my girl. She might make an appearance. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments below what reveal was your favorite, or even we had so many, what are your top 5 favorite reveals? Me, I'm super stoked for that Liv Morgan Elite. The Rhea looks cool too, and also the Liv Morgan Basic. So I'm real excited to see how that turns out. But either way, let me know in the comments what you thought. And yeah, I hope to talk to y'all soon. Thanks for stopping by LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. Have a great night, y'all.